Hi everyone, this is Molonel for Mobi.gg, and today we're back with a selection of games released in September to keep you entertained throughout October. I've picked out some licensed games and other indie gems you shouldn't miss, but of course there are plenty more games to discover on Mobi.gg. Get comfortable, like the video to support us, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next ones. We're starting off this list of the best games of October with Brick Breaker RPG. An adventure that smashes everything. Those who love tons of stats should definitely try Brick Breaker RPG, a recent release that obviously combines brick breaking and combat. Blast through entire levels with your ball, fight unique bosses, and loot different grades of equipment to progress. Destruction is everywhere on the screen, as long as you manage to bounce the ball back into the scenery. As you shoot, you can also mine materials to craft what you need and explore biomes in an endless world to test your skills against ever-increasing difficulty. Brick Breaker RPG is available for free on Android and iOS for those who'd like to visit a rage room but don't have the budget yet. Kakao Games is going all in on the side-scrolling view with its title Goddess Order. This retro-style pixel art action RPG is gradually being revealed through images, showcasing endearing characters as well as tactical battles where you can even defend yourself by blocking or dodging enemy attacks. Chain together counters and well-timed attacks to take control of your adventure. For your team composition, you can switch between your 3 favorite heroes and unleash their unique abilities at full power. With Goddess Order, dive into an adventure packed with PvP, story, minigames, and dungeons, all in side-scrolling and free-to-play format. Your best board game nights can also happen on your phone. After Ticket to Ride, Dune Imperium, and Wingspan, MicroMacro Crime City Detective is coming to mobile. This board game is the perfect hybrid between a detective game on a giant map and Where's Waldo? You won't stop racking your brains to spot all the little clues in this bustling city full of details. Find crime scenes by visually searching the city from your mobile screen. Spot suspects, follow their tracks, and arrest them by gathering clues hidden throughout the endless MicroMacro settings. It's just as good virtually, and to be honest, it also saves you from breaking your back by leaning too far over the game table. MicroMacro Downtown Detective is available now for €6 on Android and iOS stores, and we honestly highly recommend it. There are some franchises so packed with games, announcements, remakes, and remasters that it's really hard to keep track. That's especially true for the Ragnarok franchise, which has completely taken off in Asia. There's also the Marvel Universe, and sometimes Seven Knights gives off that same vibe too. And speaking of which, this month we recommend you try Seven Knights Rebirth, the return of the original game with a reimagined turn-based combat system and top-notch visuals, both for the characters and for the cutscenes between action phases. Build your team. Head into battle across a multitude of epic locations, take on bosses in raids, and raise your power to new heights thanks to the unique skills of your summoned characters. Seven Knights Rebirth has already made a nice place for itself on our phones as a free-to-play game, so let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're familiar with games like Torerowa, which lets you restore nature to its former glory, then you won't be lost with this new release. Called Preserve, this title published by Plugin Digital and available for free on the stores invites you to restore nature tile by tile in colorful environments. Create your biome mosaic in puzzle, classic or creative mode, and work by carefully placing your tiles to restore balance to the food chains. Under your fingertips, the world becomes lush in forests and wetlands. Preserve is available for free on Android and iOS, with a complete pack of savanna, Jurassic, and marine biomes available for €7. Do you remember Dragon Ball Project Multi? Buried for quite some time, the MOBA resurfaced under the name Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra with a closed beta. But Bandai Namco and Gambarian weren't done yet as they released the game for free on the stores. And if you're used to MOBAs, you won't feel out of place here. In teams of 4 players, divide up the roles to take control of the map and objectives while charging up your skills to eliminate your opponents. In intense 4 versus 4 PvP matches, and even though there's no voice chat, combine your strengths and abilities by playing as iconic fighters from Toriyama's franchise. Each character evolves throughout the match, and you'll need to find good synergies to collect the Dragon Balls and secure the objectives. Next up is Mafia Mobile by IGG, the real-time crime syndicate simulator. In-game, you play as a former gang leader betrayed by his crew, coming back to reclaim his territory, recruit guys, forge alliances, and dominate the metropolis. And really, what would a gangster be without his treasures? Find yourself a woman and even luxury cars as you rise through the criminal underworld. It's truly a GTA-like atmosphere in a free-to-play game, with freedom bought at the price of blood, drugs, and crime all over the city. In the other recommendations for the month, we're adding Torerowa, a game by Zobimo. This roguelite role-playing game invites you to form teams of 3 to explore dungeons called Restos. Delve into the instances with up to 5 teams, meaning 15 players can compete for treasures in ever-shrinking play zones. But you can also beat each other up. It's still a viable option to loot as much as possible. Choose between a two-handed sword, a mace, a bow, or a staff to set off on your adventure soon in Torerowa on the Play Store.
Taking a short break in this mobile games ranking to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Many of you watch our videos every week without following us, and your support means a lot to us. So remember to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks in advance to everyone who does, and now let's move on to the next game in this ranking.
The Tattoo don't have time for back-to-school season. With Dunkadillo starting September 9th, you'll be able to transform from a cute, retro and colorful animal into a bouncing basketball, clearly inspired by a certain blue hedgehog. Combine double jumps and dashes through 50 levels filled with obstacles, enemies and also friendly frogs as Dunkadillo releases on Android, iOS, PC and Switch. This digital edition watch is all about guard shifts. Head to the board game where you and others play as a team of adventurers defending the kingdom against waves of monsters, using dice to attack, heal, and plan strategies. With 6 unique heroes and over 30 skills, it's up to you to choose the best strategy to withstand the darkness consuming the land. You can buy this digital edition watch for €8 on the stores. Let's move on to camping, or rather, caravanning. Pinhearts brings its chill, narrative adventure style close to a life simulation, and this player-favorite title is now coming to phones thanks to a port. Let yourself be swept away by the gentle atmosphere of Pinhearts Caravan Park. In-game, you play as Tyke, who sets out to climb a mountain he had hoped to scale with his father, who recently passed away. This coming-of-age journey has all the makings of a philosophical tale, set in a world with adorable chibi vibes, and you'll need to pay €5 to access the full game. Katana Dragon arrives with lots of pastel colors and cute environments. In the game, the ninjas Shin and Nob want to lift the curse that surrounds Sogen and its colorful lands. Explore the mines, meadows, and boss rooms. Use your skills and kite enemies to defeat them. Avoid traps, solve puzzles, and progress through the world in a Zelda-like fashion. Katana Dragon is available for €3.50 on the stores. In the Kingdom Medieval Tales, build a lively medieval city where every inhabitant has their own story, ambitions, and relationships. Guide your settlers through love, work, and daily challenges while developing farms, workshops, and defenses against outside threats. Grow your population of villagers, equip them, head into battle, and make your settlement thrive. Dive into a cozy simulation RPG where your choices shape a fantasy world filled with unique characters and full-fledged adventures in free-to-play Soul Store. If you enjoy the vibe of Portal Knight but also crave intense combat, the cocktail that combines both this October is called Block Fortress 2. See life in cubes this early autumn. Just released on the stores, Block Fortress 2 feels like Minecraft meets Helldivers 2. The RPG atmosphere is still quite present, especially because you have to complete quests, but above all, you are a builder and a soldier. Build your defenses with a heavily armed base full of turrets and all kinds of traps. Send your robot units and soldiers to maintain control of the field and dive right into the action. Share your builds with the Block Fortress 2 community and become a true war machine in fully destructible environments. This free tower defense game, blending FPS and TPS styles with turrets and rocket launchers, is sure to appeal to fans of explosive fights on Android and iOS. Now that we've covered all the must-try releases for October, let me give you a quick overview of some titles coming our way at the start of autumn. Let's kick things off with some strategy. Kingdom Rush Battles is set for release on October 9th. In this Ultra PvP version, set up your defenses in 9 different arenas, rely on your towers, heroes and spells to overcome the waves of mobs sent by your opponent or the game's bosses. Mark your calendars for October 9th to put your strategy skills to the test. Next up, we move on to Murder. That's just a hair away from going wrong, as Hitman Absolution arrives on October 16th. In this new port, your assassination missions still work the same way. One target and several ways to take them down, depending on your style and preferences, of course without getting caught, but this time in a more linear and narrative format to unravel Agent 47's story. Then, on October 22nd, 2 very different titles await you. First, some poetry with Tome Photo Adventure. In Tome, you play as a little bird in a hand-drawn world filled with endearing characters and your weapon of choice under your wing, your camera. Relax, take photos for others, observe the details in every setting, and enjoy a pleasant black and white journey right from your phone for €7. Alongside Tome, we also get Chaos Zero Nightmare, the game from the creators of Epic 7. In-game, you embark on futuristic adventures where you face the Chaos Fog with a rather varied gameplay. The mechanics that evolve throughout the game game include a card-based combat system, cutscenes, and roguelite elements. And this one is also coming on October 22nd. And at the end of the month, we can look forward to the Tactical RPG Unveil on October 30th and Resonance Holtis on the 31st. In the first one, the artist from The Promised Neverland delivers solid character designs in a gacha RPG by NetEase. And for the next one, Resonance Solstice, you build your own little haven on rails, a unique train, as you travel through lands devastated by a great catastrophe. You build your deck and win real-time card battles by playing on Synergies starting from October 31st. And there you have it. That's already the end of this roundup of the best mobile games for October. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you did, don't forget to like, comment and share the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Bye!